Welcome back to East Origin, where I start off roughly where I was before. I did not clear out these enemies, though. And so yeah, just continuing to go through this area. Boiling blood, something like that. Those plants, if I didn't already say it before, I think I already did, but just drop 2 bombs right next to them and they go down really easily. Especially if you have upgraded the bombs like I have, well, upgraded your spells. And, yeah, it go down pretty easily. Just gotta wait for them to spit their pollen stuff out. No big deal. Yeah. Not a lot else to say while I'm clearing out the room. But yeah. Those anglerfish guys, they will damage you if you touch their little dangly-do in the front of their head. It does the same amount of damage as getting hit by one of those balls. So, might want to watch out for that. Yeah, not much else to say. Want to get rid of that flower guy as soon as possible. And I have leveled up again. More damage and damage mitigation for me. Also a larger health pool. Just clearing out enemies and going down here to this screen down here, which has you don't have to go this way, because there's another way to get to this room, but we'll get that. I'll talk about that when we get there. But this is basically. This area has the first kind of like, you fell off this screen, but, kind of areas. But, if you fall off the screen into these pitch black voids, you don't automatically die. You, in fact, go to a different screen. There is no bottomless pits that I remember. At least none that I've ever fallen into while playing this game. Oops. Oh well, kill them anyways. That stuff right there that I just fell into is, of course, not good for you to jump into. Why would you jump into blood red water at all? But whatever. I'm not here to judge. Up here, we have a topaz. Makes our mind stronger. So, but yeah, this was pretty much an optional room. Didn't need to go in here because you don't really need a topaz, but makes things easier. Making things easier is always good for playing the game, as long as it doesn't cheapen the experience or anything, like some people think cheat codes are. Depends on the cheat code, in my opinion, but that's not important to talk about right now. We're gonna go. I was headed this way simply because I forgot that we can't go north yet. And I thought there was a secret on the left, but that comes up later. So yeah, here in this bottomless pit will take us back to that screen, as well as this bottomless pit. And this bottomless pit is a lot easier to fall into if you're not prepared, because those platforms fall right after you hit them. So, yeah, we got flashy guys. And I believe this area has the most keys that you need in the game. You need 3 keys at one point, I think. 3 or 2 keys. Never mind. Silent Sands has 2 keys as well. So I'm a complete liar, and I should probably check my facts. Yeah, just setting it, I just put in burst mode simply because it'll come back relatively fast since I have the upgrade that'll bring it back relatively fast. And just use the super mines to get it back in. Those platforms respawn a couple seconds after they go down anyway, so doesn't really matter. Once again, that takes you back down. And so does this area over here. These all take you back down to where we went before. It doesn't really make much sense. But, you can't die from... excuse me. You can't die from falling down like, a hole like that. And we have a new mage enemy. He'll swing his staff in the air, and after a few seconds of swinging the staff, he will spawn bombs. And those bombs can hurt quite a lot if you're under-leveled or something. Or as we'll see towards the end of this video, when we get to a checkpoint that they're guarding, and they're all flashy and stronger, they will be, even if you are relatively pretty good leveled, we'll still have a little bit of problem with them. So yeah. If you don't want to get hit by them, their pattern is quite recognizable. We have a little bit of a cutscene where we find good Epona again. Yep. And as this level goes on, we see Epona is watching Hugo more and more, kind of hinting at something. But yeah. Don't want to spoil anything else. I actually played through this entire zone all the way through this boss. I have it all recorded, all ready to go, and of course I'll still be making a video a day for anyone who actually cares. But yeah, so yeah. They have found Lady Rhea and the Black Pearl, and yeah. So they found the two. Excuse me. They found the two major. They found the goddess and the Black Pearl. I keep going around in circles when I'm talking. And we get introduced to the character. Well, we get talked. The character Dallas is talked about. Dallas? I think it's Dallas. But, yeah, Dallas. He is the leader of the Darklings and the person who's... yeah. Pretty darn strong. He's a mage, like Hugo. And we'll be seeing him later in this storyline. So... and we just have more cocky banner of pretty much saying, you know, these two, they don't exactly hate each other. And it looks like she's just putting her fist up in the air. I was really hoping that she would flick us off for no real reason. But whatever. So yeah, we'll be meeting Dallas later on. Also, this outside hall here is very long. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And we come here to this big crossways. Well, it's linear right here that you see on screen. But, big pool, and we want to go to the left. Oh, and we want to equip the silver chimes again because we have run into enemies that, once again, are, have to be destroyed, have to have the silver chimes on when they are destroyed. These crawfish, I call them crawfish enemies, don't take a lot of damage from normal hits, but take extra damage from, the bombs. I say, we want to go left here and down so we can get to the save point area. And just like with, and that's actually, this is the first area that does not have a mini-boss. So, but as I said, these guys hurt a lot more than their non-glowy counterparts. But if you're good about it, which I wasn't right here, but I do, later, it's quite easy to tell where, they show before they go off where they're going to explode, relatively. And they're quite easy to predict because they'll be going a few steps ahead of where you're going. So if you're moving forward, they'll spawn a few steps before you, in front of you. So like I said, it's not exactly hard. But they do hurt a lot. So yeah. And this is the end of this video. I'll see you tomorrow where we continue.